As I hinted in the last video, we are going to test and tune to get some seat time and to work on getting that traction control tested and tuned. So I'm not going to be driving for the test and tune. I am going to try to sneak in a few runs if I can, but we got Ashley signed up so she can try to get some seat time. I can gather some data. I can look from the outside and see how the car launches and all that kind of stuff, just to try to get that launch control kind of dialed in, try to figure out what RPM is best for it, and maybe tweak a few other settings in there, and then hopefully see how the traction control goes through the rest of the course. It is going to be a pretty simple course, but maybe we can see if it's coming in and coming in or not coming in. Hopefully it's not coming in too much. I did turn it all the way up to where it allows the most amount of slip. I don't remember what the percentage values are right now. I think max slip might have been like 40%. So that's pretty high. It allows 40% of slip between the front and rear wheels, or any wheel and another one, before it will start cutting the engine. And then for seat time for Ashley, it's just to get some more time in the car and try to get in a non-race environment to try to help her get better at the launches. One of the main things we're going to work on, and then just carrying speed through the rest of the course. So the course is going to be a pretty simple one with just a slalom, a sweeper, and then a few elements of the finish coming into or right before the finish. So estimating it should be about a 18 to 20 second course. So that's what we're kind of targeting based on what we've done in the past of a very similar course for a test and tune. All right, let's jump to the autocross site.
Hey guys, today is a test and tune day where if you want to, you can make adjustments to your car. We are testing the new launch control. So I've been working on my starts. This is the afternoon session. We ran this morning and I think I'm improving. I like it so far, but we're going to keep making adjustments until we figure it out.
What are we launching at right now?
We're launching at 3,400 right now, and it definitely feels better than when it was at 25 this morning. I just feel like I'm getting more power and it's not as limiting.
That was a good run.
Thanks.
I like how you have added throttle into the sweeper.
Yeah.
You got it set up in it as you're going through. You were able to add a little bit more speed as you're going through it. Because you got a brake to go into that sweeper, and then you're able to kind of hold it going
then
through.
Then you can push yourself out.
Yeah. That finish is weird. Like, you want to be able to just like lift and get around that cone,
but you have to brake.
You have to brake, I think. I don't think you can really lift because that other one is just so close to you as you come around it. Because you're set up good for that one, so I don't know if there's really anything you do to get around.
Yeah, I wanted to just lift, but I don't think you can.
I don't think you can
because you're carrying so much speed.
Yeah.
Coming out of that turn.
The launch does feel pretty good. Like, the car is moving. Like, you can kind of hear it popping a little bit, but I think
I felt like it sat more and then went.
Yeah.
But I think also
the tires are getting warmer too, and stuff
and
like
me
that,
coming off of the clutch is getting better.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming off of the clutch faster. I just ran a 22.2 and I'm super happy because I had shaved 3/10 off of my run, and then I shaved another 3/10, so that was really exciting. And I feel like I'm just like really driving the car and carrying more speed through obstacles, which has been a goal of mine. So I'm pretty happy right now.
wonder if like that last, or not the last gun, but that last turn, if you came in just going through the gate, if you're doing just a little bit wider, if you didn't have to brake quite as much to get around that cone, you know?
Yeah. Because then I'm flooring it and I feel like I'm not getting up to speed before I hit the finish.
You're going kind of at the cone, so you have to brake.
I need to go to the right of the cone.
Yeah, it looks like you have enough room, or enough time and room and everything, where you just got to go out just a little bit more to make it a better turn it, that you don't have to brake as much.
Yeah, I'm really loving this course. Like, I feel super good, even though that was slower.
I like the launch right now.
I'm happy with it.
It's aggressive.
It feels good. Like once I figured it out.
Yeah.
I was a little bit slob kebab this morning.
Yeah.
But now that I know what it's gonna do when I take my foot off the clutch, I'm getting better.
The car's sticking pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Those Nankangs.
That's what they are?
Nankang.
Nankang. That guy was asking me.
Yeah.
I was like, I know they're 315s.
Yeah, this might be the last one.
All right, 21.
Really good. You're killing it. Going through the slalom and everything, you're giving it throttle, and you know, and you're pushing it. So as Ashley said earlier, the traction control is working pretty good. We figured out the kind of the numbers to mess around with. So as I had mentioned probably in the previous videos, there is like a launch RPM, and then there's a start RPM, which is the RPM after you start moving. So I did have that one like a little bit lower, so then it would kind of help with wheel slip. I think it was kind of cutting in and holding us back a little bit. So really I just got both of those RPMs set to the same thing to basically disable that start RPM, which it then gets disabled once you get over a certain speed limit, which right now I have it set to 20 kph, which is about what, like 12 miles an hour or something like that. So we have the launch RPM set to 3,400, so we rev the car to 3,400 and then basically like dump the clutch. So here is a data log from one of her runs. So you see that it's kind of holding right there at like 3,400. She dumps the clutch, we get a whole bunch of rear wheel spin, RPM kind of drops down to like 2,000, something like that, and then front wheels are just accelerating nice and smoothly. Rear tires are spinning. They kind of meet up as the car starts to hook up. This is up around 30 kph, which is like 20 miles an hour. This is probably still, this point is after the start beams. So then you can see over here, here's her 1-2 shift. We do need to kind of maybe work on trying to get that a little bit shorter, but it was still really good. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. It sounds really good. You can kind of hear it kind of kicking in. You don't really, I didn't really see it in this data log, but you can kind of hear it outside the car where it's kind of holding the throttle a little bit as you're launching the car. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's working at the moment. We'll just get more events and see how everything actually works out. Right now, going through the run, there wasn't any instances where traction control actually kicked in, so didn't really feel or see any instances where traction control should have kicked in, where there's wire tire spin or anything like that. So it is good that it's not
kicking in when it doesn't really need to be. Like I said, I have it turned all the way up to 6, which is allows the most amount of slip before it actually interferes and starts to cut power. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and hopefully it doesn't really interfere too much. I could try turning it down and seeing how it actually feels, but I don't really want to limit power. I don't really need to get into that kind of situation. This is the traction control will really be really helpful for if we have any rain events, things like that, or if things just get kind of too crazy and the tires are spinning. Hopefully it will help reel the car back in, but it's mainly rain events that I'm interested in trying it out in. And then the other main reason I bought it was for the launch control, as we've been testing and tuning here. So how was the test and tune?
It was fucking fun.
Yeah, this afternoon session.
Yeah, the morning it was a little bit rough for me because I could not get that course down. But I don't know, this course...
It was a simpler course, but it had a tricky...
Yeah, that first right hook just kept making my slalom just domino into a mess.
And then we were testing around with different launch control settings and things like that, but this afternoon we pretty much set it at 3,400 and let it launch at that, and I wasn't adjusting any like after start RPM. I just left that the same as 3,400, and the car seemed to really like that.
It felt really good.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was coming off the line like faster than I really have.
Yeah. And like once you were past it was pretty much, it spun tires up until like the start beam, I think, and then it was pretty much hooked up at that point and you're going.
Yeah.
So that's what you want. You want to spin the tires a little bit before the start beam.
Not after.
And not after, yeah. So
yeah, I felt like once I was passing the start beam, I was set.
Yeah. And you're pushing through the slalom, pushing into the sweeper. Yeah.
I feel like I drove hard this afternoon.
Yeah. I think you did really good.
Thanks. It felt good. I want to keep going.
Tomorrow.
Yep. Now I just got to put it into practice when it counts.
Yep. So event number 3 coming up in the next video. Yep.
Bye.